As we mentioned, Governor Abbott directed the State Division of Emergency Management to activate state resources ahead of this week's cold front and whatever winter weather it may bring. So we're having Wes Rappaport with the Texas Division of Emergency Management. Wes, thank you for joining us today. First, let's go ahead and talk about what kind of conditions you all are expecting to see this week. We know the forecast varies around the state.
Yeah, well, thanks for the opportunity to provide this information. You know, one of the things that we are monitoring is, as Hunter was talking about, that cold weather impact expected to extend for a couple of days as we head into the weekend and last through the weekend. But in addition to those below freezing temperatures for some areas, you know, some Texans may also see, particularly in the northern half of the state and maybe even into central Texas, some snow and some icy conditions, as well as potential for freezing rain and sleet. You know, the further south we go, we'll still see cold and still see rain, but we are expecting this to impact the state at least into the weekend, and then as we reach the early part of next week, conditions are expected to improve. So here at the Texas Division of Emergency Management and at the governor's direction, we have begun already mobilizing those state emergency response resources, including the saw crews from the Texas A&M Forest Service and responders from Parks and Wildlife and Department of Public Safety, high-profile vehicles from the Texas National Guard, and personnel to help help support stranded motorists or assist stranded motorists as conditions worsen potentially over the next couple of days. And the bottom line here is that while state resources like TxDOT pre-treating roads and TDEM personnel engaging as force multipliers for our local partners, we're doing what we can and what we need to do. We also need Texans to do their part. That includes making sure you have a plan, making sure you have those emergency supplies readily available, and also just staying informed, keeping up to date with the local forecast.
Yeah, that's all very important, and I know you guys are busy preparing. Do preparations change at all with this freezing or potentially freezing weather coming in on the weekend versus the weekday?
You know, it varies, right? Some people end up working on those overnight shifts on Friday or Saturday, right? So for us, what's most important is that Texans stay safe through this weekend weather impact. One place that Texans can find those real-time road conditions is drivetexas.org. It's a great resource to check those roadway conditions before you travel, if that is something that you need to do while conditions are worsened.
Yeah, that's a great resource. Do you have any other resources that people need to be aware of as this system moves in?
Yeah, you know, one place that we find can be a challenge for folks is, of course, with the extended colder temperatures, is just staying warm and finding a warm place to go. So we work very closely with our local partners across the state who open and operate warming centers throughout Central Texas and throughout the state of Texas. We take that information provided by our local partners, put it on a map, and we posted that map at tdem.texas.gov/warm. And so that warming center map is available. Again, it's populated in collaboration with information provided to us from our local partners who open and operate those centers. And then we'll do our best to post the hours of operation and the addresses and any considerations like that, so that people can find a place to maybe charge your devices if you are in a position where you need to do that, or just plain get out of the cold.
Wes, great advice. We'll be looking forward to any updates you all can provide throughout this process. Thanks for chatting with us.
I appreciate your time. Thank you.